So someone had asked me, Tiff, like, why do you do it behind the camera? Like, why do you film like while you're walking? Because you know someone is gonna always want to know why you do it, like why you ain't in front of the camera, blah 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 blah. Listen, check this out, right? I do what feels comfortable for me at that time. Like, I don't like to feel forced. Like, so, like, I go off of a flow. Like, so, because it's natural. Like, if I feel like I do it because someone else really, really wants me to do it, like, I feel like I'm people pleasing. So, and then one time I had filmed a whole video and my left boot was hanging out, and I was like, you know what, I can't post that. And what was so messed up about it, the message that was coming through was so good. It was so good. I think I was talking about peace, and it was so good. Couldn't load it because my left boot was hanging out, and I'm not going out like that. I don't need that type of attention. So I was like, dang, that sucks. So yeah, so as I'm walking in the neighborhood, right, I'm sitting up here thinking about how we can really sabotage a blessing because we're not hurt, because we're hurt, right? I'm really sitting up, you know, as time goes on and we grow and, you know, we become adults and we start to learn certain lessons. I'm really at a place of elevating my mindset and elevating the type of woman that I want to be. Not only the type of woman that I'm becoming, but, you know, someone I would love to look up to. That's how I like to represent myself. So I'm sitting here thinking, we can definitely sabotage a blessing from God because we're not healed. And that's deep because I'm going to use an example. I knew someone, beautiful girl, you know, I can tell, you know, she wasn't healed, and I thought she wasn't ready to date because of the language in her conversation was based on the past. So usually when someone is not ready to date, they're still speaking on the past, whether it's they're bashing someone, and when they're bashing someone, you kind of can see the character of them, because it's like, if that's what you're doing, then what are you gonna do to me, right? Like if we have a dispute. So I look at stuff like that. So, but what I'm saying is, when you're unhealed and you're trying to date, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work because you might be going into it so hurt that the damage from the old relationship is coming with the new relationship. And that's just not fair. Come on, Cook. And that's not fair. So it's like, you can get a good woman or a good guy, and then you're still holding on to long Jack Becky, okay, or big back Jimmy done did to you, or long stroke Henry done did to you, and you can't move forward because you still stuck in the past. So the new person is getting like treated bad because of what someone else did, right? And we've all been there. Like, we've all been looking at somebody sideways like, yo, let me see how this one coming, because this shit is getting crazy by the minute. Right? But I can honestly say that I don't want to go into any relationship blaming someone else from what the past person did. Listen, you got them issues with that person, take that out with that person, because she ain't me. All right? She ain't me, and she damn sure ain't me, and she damn sure ain't stepping in a room like me. Okay? Let's be clear. So it's like, I don't want to be blamed for what someone else has done. And I don't want to blame anyone else for what someone else has done. So the proper thing to do when you're getting out there, because listen, let's be real, we've all been hurt. None of us are exempt from this wicked world, right? So we've all been hurt. But here's the thing. Each time you got hurt, you were moving towards a different person. Cook, come on. Let's go. Look how my boo listen. He's so damn fine. Cook, smile for the camera. Let them know how you do. Let them know you listen. Let them know. Let them know. Come on. But each time you get hurt, it changes your character. That's trauma. That's trauma to your heart. That's trauma to your mind. That's just trauma, right? So, Cook, come on, let's be respectful. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. With those traumas that happen, it just changes your character. So here's the thing. You have a decision to move forward as a better person, learn from the mistakes, or you have a choice to hoarder all those negative emotions and allow it to turn you into a whole person, a heartless person that no longer wants to express emotions because they're traumatized, because they've been hurt in a bad way. Listen, hey, let's go. Get off these people, Mom. Come on, come on. Thank you, Papa. So it's like, why would you want to rob yourself of that? Why? Love is a beautiful thing. Love is pure. Love is God. Love is easy. Love is not saying that's not going to come with some trials and tribulations. Absolutely not. But what I'm saying is, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing when it's divinely guided. And that's the thing. We got to stay connected. It is crucial that you stay connected to God, because he's going to give you that discernment. And then what I'm learning, we have to start looking at every experience, every heartache, everything we've gone through as a journey and as a lesson, right? Because you went through it for a reason, so you might as well apply it to the test. You might as well apply it to the test, charge it to the game, elevate yourself to do better. But why would you want to rob yourself of experiencing something so beautiful because you haven't let go of hurt? You haven't. And this is happening to females and males. This is happening, you know? So why would you want to do it? You got men blaming women because they don't went through some shit. And then you got, and we all was young and we all have grown. Look, Cookie, like, listen, are we doing this? Or are we doing this? Are we going to Six Flags, Mommy? Or are we, what we doing? Come on, Cook. We could come right here. Are you going? Okay. Come on this side. Okay. All right. So don't ever rob yourself out of that. And also too, before going into any relationship, take some little time to yourself. I promise you. You ain't missing out on nothing. You ain't missing. Listen, take some time out for yourself to regroup. Because I know anytime I get my feelings hurt, listen, and especially if I loved you with everything in me, it takes time. I take that time, and when I tell you it takes me time, like I don't have people in and out my house. I don't use this one for a one night stand to get off. I don't do none of that. I don't believe in none of that, because I don't even believe in mixing people in my energy. It's too grand. It's too magical, and I'm too scared to mix with the wrong person and they don't want to leave. I need you to leave. I need you to leave. So if I don't allow someone in my energy like that, that means I don't want you to stay. I don't want you to stay. But I do. I take that time to heal, to regroup, to find out who am I after this trauma, you know, because it's heavy and it changes you and it has you look at everyone in the world different after that. But that's why I think it's important to take time to heal, because we are sabotaging blessings from God because we're not on a level to see it, because we're operating out of low vibration. So let's just try to take time for ourselves. Even if you have like a loss in your family, whatever, take that time. Sometimes you do need to be alone. You need that time with God. It's a lot going on at that time. So and emotions are all over the place. Go straight to God, because I promise you, he will give you the strength that you don't even understand. All the strength that passes all understanding, along with the peace, right? So yeah, just make sure you take that time, because you don't want to mess up a beautiful situation because of hurt. You don't see clearly when you're hurt at all. The world looks like everybody is trying to sabotage you or come at you or attack you because you're operating out of a victim mentality. Victims are hurt. So you either going to be a victim or a victor. Now, we all have been victims on something, but how do we transmute the victim into being a victor, right? So I like to live that. And I like to go into the situation, with any situation, of thinking like, let's see what happened, but I don't want to blame anybody else. I don't want to blame anybody else for what someone else did, and that's not fair. And I don't want anybody else blaming me. So change the narrative and start to heal, and take that time to evaluate you and your faults in a situation, because no one's perfect. And because it's all about respect and being mature. But yeah, I want you guys to take the time to reevaluate who you are after a trauma situation, or you got your heart broken, you had a significant loss in your family. You are not the same person you are not the same person you were before you experienced that trauma. So if you think that you're gonna get back to that person, I'm trying to tell you right now, it doesn't exist anymore. You have to find out who you are with the trauma. And I think that's where a lot of us go wrong. And this has happened to me before, because certain type of traumas that I experienced, I just felt like I lost myself. Like how this happened? Like, I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and you trying to get back to the person that you were before you experienced the trauma. And here's the thing, realistically, it's hard to get back to that person because he or she doesn't exist. They don't exist anymore after that. So you got to figure out who you are after that type of trauma. And I was just telling my daughter the other day, you either gonna sink or swim. You sometimes you just got to jump right in something. Like, you just got to jump right in and just pray to God. Like, especially if it's a positive decision, and if it's, and in your spirit you feel like it's the right thing to do, you just got to go for it. And this is just something that I'm learning. But heal from the trauma, and before dating or doing whatever you guys, because I believe in living a life that you want to live. Like, what I agree with might not be what you agree with, but I believe in anyone on this earth living a life that they truly enjoy with no boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, living an abundant, peaceful life. Who doesn't want peace, right? So relationships, even if it's friendships, it should be peace. I don't like drama in my friendships. I don't like that shit. I don't like that. You might not see me because I don't do that. I don't do all of that. But when it comes to relationships and things like that, yeah, we should all strive for that type of peace. But yes, so when I was walking, that came to mind, that I'm sure in life we have sabotaged some blessings from God, and that's another thing. I think God sends people to give us a way out of a toxic situation, but he also gives us free will as well. So when God gives us free will is meant when you decide what's in front of you. And you either could go left or you could go right. But everybody has their flaws, right? But each way is a different journey. And each way, one of those ways will either set you back or push you forward. So as I'm learning, use discernment. So yeah, and take time to heal. And before jumping into any relationship or dating, purge the negative stuff that was in the past, so that way you could present the happiest version of yourself, and maybe you guys can heal together. But make it work for you. Make it work.